All right, so we're all welcome to tonight's edition from this particular meeting. So I believe we all are ready for the training, because I said we're actually going to learn how to collaborate and fix or work together on this project. So without wasting any much more of our time, let's just commence this training first of all. So the next thing I'm going to do now is share my screen. So please, if you can see the screen, just signify. So and then so is it up now? Can you see my screen? Hello, can we all see my screen?
I can see your screen.
All right, perfect. So I believe we are all present, right? Because I can only hear a response from one person. Okay, all right. Thanks, Steven. So we're waiting on Rajuno.
You know what?
Okay, you've been the one answering, and that means we're waiting on Adebayo. Hello, Adebayo, are you here?
Stephen.
Yeah, Steven already, like, he signified by raising up his hands.
How did you do that?
With this icon.
Okay. Yeah, I see. Oh.
Alright. Okay, so let's just yes, so let's just begin. Now, the next thing to do, I'm going to Alright, so today we are actually trying to learn how to clone repositories on GitHub, how to clone repositories, then edit or make changes to code, and then apologies, I have hiccups. So and then push back to repo. So the first of all, I'm going to go to the particular repository. So in other words, I think we all have access to this link. So instead of starting from here, I'll just have to delete this tab. So I want to do it step by step, the same way we're going to see it. So from this particular file, I think we have access to this file too, and our ends, links to images, this particular file. So is it this particular one? No, I don't think so. I think it's in the what's that folder? My drive. Okay, I think this is it. Okay, so is it here? No, I don't think so. Okay, so then I'll just have to provide us I'm going to provide us the link to the repo. So I'm closing this tab again and then sharing this with us. So actually this link now is clickable if you want. So this link is clickable. So now I'm going to resend this link. I think instead of resending it, then let me just add it here. So and then let's add it to the other one. Okay, let's call this alright. So that's the link. So if you have access to this particular file before, it should be updated automatically. That's if you didn't download it yet. So now let's continue from here. So this is the link. So this is the link to the repository. The first thing you want to do is click on the link, then it takes you directly to the Git directory where you have it like this. You have it this way. So it depends on you. You might want to, I don't know, this word is actually very funny, but you might want to fork the repository. You might want to fork the repository, and then you can actually still give it a star also if you want. But that's not the main point. So please, there's sound from the back. Okay, thank you. Alright, so you might want to fork this or star it, whichever one, that's up to you. So but one thing for sure is the about. This is the quiz app for the Aramide Ojo students in training hub. So, and then now this is the repository. This is the admin session. This is the admin HTML, the admin JS, the index HTML, the script JS, the style CSS. So this site is actually live already, but the format that the site is actually not. What was the link again? The quiz app. So this is what it was actually like. This is what it is like, and then this is the code. This is the code behind it that they're showing us exactly what we have on the screen now. And then I believe we are all around while we discussed about the new wireframe that we already provided for this. I think if I can still get access to it, let's just check for Figma. Okay, I think this is it. Why is the connection slow tonight? It's supposed to be fast. Okay, so apologies, let's be patient just to make sure it's still recording. All right, okay. I wonder why it's taking so long. Okay, now we are in. So this is actually the what's this? Where is it? Okay, I'm just going to bring this down here. Okay, so this is what, okay, back home. This is what we have currently. This is what we have currently live. This is what I have live right here. So, and then this is what we proposed. This is what we proposed. Okay, sorry, the new interface. So this is what we proposed, which just a tiny bit of updates here from the wireframe. So we'll be having a logo section, home, about, updates, contact, and then HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then a page footer. So the people that are going to work on this, I think they know themselves. And then we proposed this kind of interface too for the about section. Text to the left, image to the right, text to the right, image to the left, blah blah blah, and then the footer. So it was also given like you have access to the website where you can actually lay your hands on the about page of so from the actual site, the about section here, where is it? Okay, info. So you can use either OER or services. Let's see OER. So for those working on the about page, you're going to use the information you get from who we are, this particular page, and either services, and then frequently add questions. So for those working on the about page, please, the frequently asked question on the page too, you can add it also to the page here. So please, that will be very, very important. So this is who we are blah blah blah, text to the right, image to the left, text to the right. So please make sure yours is actually more well arranged, not this way, although this is actually okay, right? Yes, but just make sure yours is looking much more better. So that's it for those working on the about section. So then, and yes, please, the FAQ section is actually here. FAQ section, sorry, the FAQ sections for frequently asked questions. So please, I think they've not updated it. They still have the dummy words here. So since there are no FAQs, then we can actually just leave that section, or perhaps you can generate yours. Okay, so then this is the update interface. So for the update interface, we just need someone to just come up with an idea, just do something regarding the updates that has been done, moving from this kind of interface to the new interface, which the home guys are going to provide, and then some other sections too. Once they are done, you can just get a screenshot of their project, and then you guys will use it to upload your section here. Though you can draft things ahead before even doing the content. So it's almost like the about section. So text to the left, image to the right, or perhaps image to the left, text to the right, whichever way. Then very essential, the page footer. Alright, so next on to the contact interface. So this is the contact. So yes, there will be an image and then the contact section. Then each person should please note the arrangement of the navigation, and then make sure your navigation after building the navigation, your navigation can also link to other pages. So in other words, if you're creating, aside from those working on home, that your file actual name is going to be index.html because it's already on the repo, index.html. So you're not flipping or changing this. You're not changing it. So then for the rest, make sure you're naming each page with the same name: about.html, updates.html, contact.html. So this is just like a wireframe of what we are expecting, but if you can make it more advanced, so please go on, let it out, just do something. Then for the admin interface, so just as you can see before, we have access to the admin from the actual website, but we don't want the students going to the admin panel tweaking questions and stuff themselves. So for the new interface, there won't be anything as such. So even for the admin interface, it will only have the logout section. So this actually belongs to myself, and then the remaining pages belongs to you guys. So just make sure you vote on the poll, and then check for the fellow members, the fellow collaborators speaking the same project as yours. Then you guys can share ideas and then do something together. Okay, so now that I've explained what we want to do, now let's go to the main parts of this particular meeting, which is cloning of repository and then updating repos. So for example, let me just open this. Let me copy this again. So once you're here in the Git repository, what you want to do is copy, click on code, then copy the HTTP link to this particular repository here. So once you have this, and if you need the whole code, like maybe you just want them, maybe not for your what's it called, not for your project, not for VS Code, you can download it as zip file also here. So you can download it as a zip file. Alright, so that's it. Now, so during the course of this particular training, I'm going to add a readme file to this and then maybe tweak some things here. So first of all, I'm going to click on this to open it. So this is what the code looks like inside each page. And then please, this is a collaborative project, so comments actually matters a whole lot. Please, comments matters a lot. So all right, so let's head back to Visual Studio Code, and yeah, this is a new page right here. So the first thing that I would like to do is open my terminal, which I can do with Ctrl+Shift+T. By clicking on Ctrl+Shift+T, it's going to activate my terminal here. If Ctrl+Shift+T is not working for you, you can use was it Alt+Shift+T? Yeah, Alt+Shift+T. So using Alt+Shift+T, you can create terminal. So new terminal. So this is a terminal down here. So I'm using my terminal to try to access the GitHub repository. So this is PowerShell terminal now. So I'm actually not using PowerShell. So I'm going to use git bash. Yes, so I just clicked on this drop down git bash. But one thing is, if you check your own VS Code, you will likely not find this git bash here. Why? Because you don't have git bash installed on your PC. This is it, git bash. So I actually have git bash installed as administrator on this particular PC. So that's why I can use git bash even in VS Code terminal. So to be able to do this, it's very simple. Just head over to let's just head on to the internet, then just type in git bash. So if you're using Microsoft Edge, it will be easier for you because you'll get the button download directly. So what you want to do is click on the download button. So the website is going to detect your operating system and then give you just a easy download option here. Then so I'm not going to download this again, but then you can just download this. Once it is done, install, next, then done. So once it is done, then you can then come back to continue on from this particular section here. So if you check your VS Code and it's not working, you might want to quit, then open the VS Code again, then check for git bash. So if it's still not coming up, you can use the actual git itself. You can use the git bash. Since you've installed it, just open the git bash and then continue from where this video is going to continue now. So now let me head over to my desktop. So first of all, I'm going to list all the folders in this directory here to know where I'm heading to. So to list in terminal, you use ls. So ls means listing. So okay, so these are the directories I have here. So I'm going to head over to my desktop now. So I'm heading over to desktop. So I'll change directory, cd desktop. So I'm changing my directory to desktop, and then so let's just wait for it. Okay, so I'm in my desktop now, as you can see at the extended link here. So I'm currently in the desktop. So just to confirm, I have let's just say I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12 folders on my desktop. So I'm just trying to prove the fact that we are actually in the desktop. So I'm going to list again. So I'm expecting 12 repositories. So repositories are these ones in colored shapes like this, but this one in white are files. They are direct files. So I'm counting 12. This is 1 2 3 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 12 directories on my. Okay, yes, that's true. These are XSL file and ISO file. Okay, I counted these ones before. Alright, and then this zip file also. So these are directories, means these ones are like you can actually access these ones in blue. You can open them. They are folders that you can directly like have access to. So I'm going to let's see. Okay, I have the quiz app here already, but let's create another interface. So I'm going to create another directory in my desktop. So actually I can come to my directory here, my desktop here, and then type Ctrl+Shift+N, like N for new, and then name it let's say git clone, and then if I list this again, ls to list the directories, to discover this time around it's going to be here. You can see git clone. Alright, so it is there already, but the same way you can come to your desktop to create this is the same way you can also just do it from your terminal. So it's even a lot more easier doing it from terminal. It's just make directory, mkdir, make directory, and then I'm going to call this git cloner because this is git clone, so git cloner. So make directory git cloner, and then once this is done, I'm going to list it here. Alright, I'm going to list it. So ADB, we're actually doing this on the actual Git terminal. It's not going to be this slow because it's actually very, very fast if you're using Git on Git terminal. But while using it on VS Code, you just have to be patient. So, and as you can see, Git cloner, where are you? Okay, yeah, so this is it right here, Git cloner. So we already made the directory. So I'm going to change my directory into the git cloner. So now after desktop, you're going to see git cloner /desktop/git cloner. So it shows that we are inside the git cloner. So I will just want to clear all this so that there will be enough space. Or perhaps let's just make the screen full screen for the terminal, since okay, no, I won't want to use it for the terminal because I want us to see also the changes. So from here, just to track the changes, okay, so from here I'm going to open a okay, no, first once we've cloned it, then I'm going to open it. So from here I'm going to clone this particular directory. So then now say git clone. Remember I copied the repository address. I copied it. That's by clicking on code and then where is it? So I clicked on code and then copied this. Remember, let me just open this again. So now the link that I copied. So here you can't use Ctrl+V on terminals. Terminals doesn't support Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. It's either you highlight, right click and copy. Then to paste, just right click alone, and that's it. It pastes. So now the next thing to do, you hit enter. Alright, so for my at my own end here, actually, since the directory and my VS Code and the Git directory is actually same account, as you can see, Xyrillon on GitHub, and if you check the GitHub again, the repository, this is Xyrillon. So it's not going to ask me who I am, okay? So it's not going to ask me who I am, but if you are the one trying to clone this repository, okay, first of all, let's just confirm if it is cloned. So we have it here, so it has been cloned already. We have quiz app cloned already. Now let's go back to Visual Studio Code. So for you, it is not actually going to allow you just clone this, because just for security purposes, it's going to ask you who are you. So then, in other words, it's going to require your what's it called, your username, and that's your GitHub username, and then the password. I said password. The Gmail rather, the Gmail you used in opening that same particular account, the username you're providing. So when you come across some such scenario, do not be afraid. So what you just need to do is just tell it who you are by using this simple command: git config then dash global. Once you've added the global, then the next thing is username. So you can start with user email or username, but I think the best way is to start with the username. So, and then you can add your username, for example myself. So this is a new repository account. So then like this. So make sure your username is in double quotes. Your username, the particular username, should, in case you have two names popping up, use this one underneath the not this one that is bold, use this one that is faint. This particular one is your actual username. So now once you've done that, then you hit enter, but I'm not going to hit enter. And then the next thing you do once that is done is user email, then you switch this at gmail.com. So, and then you hit enter again. Sometimes it won't even block you, like it's not going to stop you at first when you're cloning. It might be when you are trying to push back to that particular directory, it's going to ask who you are, so that it can know how to tag the fact that you've added to the code. Okay, so now let's change our let's list what we have in our git cloner. Okay, we only have one directory called quiz app. So now let's change our directory to quiz app, cd quiz app. I've changed my directory to quiz app, and then once quiz app is added to this link, then shows that we are inside the quiz app. Then okay, now so you can see it's even holding this same main. So this is the main. Whatever you're changing in this particular section of the page is going to be affected directly to the actual code. So in other words, while doing your part, so this is how to work on this kind of code. So you do what you git branch. Okay, git branch. All right, so this is the main. So we don't have any other branch aside this particular branch now. So now we want to create a branch. So we want to create a branch to like work on this particular project. Okay, so now to create branch is very cheap. So just say let's say for example I want to create a branch for the server. Just say git branch. I'm calling this updated git branch updated. Okay, so this is actually very slow. Maybe we should just move back to git batch, but we've started this, we can't stop now. Okay, so git branch updated. So I'm just going to confirm if the branch updated has been created. So I'm just going to type git branch again, just git branch again. Okay, so we have main branch and updated. So now I want to use my updated branch to work on the code. Okay, so I want to work on the code. So that's if you want to work on the code on your terminal. Okay, and then you can also use your VS Code, but don't worry, let's just continue your watch as we go. So the next thing I'm going to do is checkout. Hit checkout updated. Why did it freeze? Okay, updated. So git checkout updated. So now with this command, you see switched to branch updated. So now I've switched to branch updated. I've switched to the branch updated, and then now list. So as you can see, even after creating a branch, I still have all the codes inside it: index.html, script.js, blah blah blah, and blah like that. So now to edit this particular codes, this is where the challenge starts. Okay, so if you just want to work on the directory, you don't just want to work on this directly, you can just very simple just open the where is it folder. You can just open the folder. That's if you want to work on the main. So I'm going to desktop. There's this, where is it? Git cloner. Okay, so you can just quiz app, select folder. So you can just open this. Once you've cloned it, you can just open this and then go directly to the index.html, then run it on live server. That's if you have live server installed on your PC. So you can run it on live server. This is not actual web, this is just normal preview server. So this is just a normal preview server to check your code. So each one beginner quiz website. So let's see, maybe we'll change it to Aramide quiz. So automatically it changes directly without. So this is just a live server. So then we have M here, so means modified, and then means it's waiting for you to push back to the what's it called. Okay, so now I'm going to continue from my terminal. alt t. So then new terminal. So I wasn't supposed to even stop doing that one now, because now I have to start all over again. So for those that would just want this easier means of doing it, just do this. Once you've cloned it, open the directory, open the folder rather, and then start working. So, and then make sure before you start working on this, you guys like your team members are already on call with you. You guys have agreed on what to do. So, and then just as I've said, please let me just note something real quick. So here the IDs should remain constant for whichever work you're doing, because the IDs are here. The IDs are here already. Like I already used those IDs here. Okay, so get elements by ID, as you can see. So whatever you are editing, please do not touch the IDs, and yeah, just the IDs for me, please. Just the ID. So you can actually do whatever you want with the remaining ones. And then the class too, please. The class, and then this data section. So please the class, data section, and ID. But the rest, please modify as you want, and then you can remove this also, the link to the admin panel before. So please get this off from your end for those working on the home page. So, and then you have access to the style.css, so it's all yours. Do whatever you want here. Do whatever you want, please. Just do whatever you want here. But for this one, please, the IDs, the class, and the data sections. So please. Then now let's just continue. So I'm going to change back to bash, just as I said, git bash. So, and that's for those who still want to continue using terminal. You want to continue using the terminal. So, and then even using the branch for the project is actually not even necessary, but actually it is a whole lot necessary. But for the fact that you guys are newbies, I don't think I'm supposed to even make videos on git branch and then start stressing your minds. So okay, don't worry, let's just skip the branch for now. So I think another day we'll be making we'll join together, like we'll be joining up together. We'll just gather together and then just okay. I'm still in the updated, that's the branch. So let's just check out main. Let's go back to the main. Apologies, so git check out main. For your PC it might be master, so that's why I said to click on git branch to check the name which it is called. So this M showing here means there is a file modified in index.html. So, and it says you've switched to main. So now you are in main, and then in the main there's a file that has been modified in HTML. So this is, should in case you're working on terminal, so you know, had it been this is not actually at the top here, I won't know, or so with this I'll be able to know that it has been modified already. So should in case. All right, so one more thing, I think let me just add one more thing to this. What do I add? Okay, so let's say I want another let's say I want let's just do something as simple as adding okay, let's say I'm adding one more button. So from here I can actually just edit my code. From here I'm coming, so I just duplicated this particular line of code. So let's say I'm naming this admin second panel. So let's say I'm naming this admin second panel, then it's still modified. So now the first thing to do, so let's say that's all I wanted to do on the project. So the next thing to do is, first of all, git add dot. So what does git add dot mean? So git add all files again, then dot. This dot means all. So this dot is all. So if I just want the index, I can just call out index alone, git add index. So that's, since I modified only index, I might just want to push index alone. But if I want all to be updated, I will just use dot. So with this, it's going to add all. So it's just like an airplane. So this git add is just like when you're asking the passengers to board the airplane, when they are boarding the airplane. Then the next command is git commit. So this is when the plane is running and then preparing to take off. So I'm going to call this new update, let me just call this second admin panel. Then hit enter. Git commit, this flag is message flag, so this flag means message. So as you can see, it says 1 file changed, 2 insertions, 1 deletions. Then everything is updated, and then for the last thing to do, so the plane is running here, the plane is running, then it has gained momentum, so then git push. So before I run this git push, let me just quickly do this. Let's go back to our GitHub. I'm going to duplicate this tab. Okay, so now with this, let's go back to this particular page. So as you can see, every message here says the Aramide Ujo quiz project directory, blah 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 blah, something like that. That's 2 days ago. But then now, and that's because we've not made any changes. So let's just refresh first of all to confirm that it's still there. So it's still the same. So now git push, I'm going to hit enter now. So enter, and then it's pushing it now. So it's pushing it to this particular one here. So actually there is one branch which is the main for now. Okay, so it says enumerating blah 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 blah. What you just need to see to confirm that it is done is resolving details 100% completed with 2 local objects, blah blah blah, and then main equals main. So now as you can see, everything still remains the same here, but if I refresh, you discover index.html second admin panel is updated 1 minute ago. So that's just it. And then for me myself, when I'm back to the directory, I can just edit your code and then see what you have inside of it. So open link in a new tab. So then from here I can see your new updates that you've added a second panel. So that's it. And yes, the last but not the least thing to do before we continue, before we end this section on how to work on Git, is I can actually still edit this particular project from the terminal. So say I want to create a new folder, so I want us to keep track of everything I'm doing. I'm going to open this. So to create a new file rather, so I'm creating a new file now, creating a new file, readme are in uppercase, readme.md. Okay, as you can see, readme.md. So this is untracked because it hasn't seen it before. This is new to it, untracked, so it hasn't even seen anything as this file before. It's a new file. So then now I'm going to list my file, ls to list, and then this time around when it's listing everything, is this going to list readme.md, as you can see here. So now I want to edit the readme.md. So what's the function of the readme.md? The readme.md is actually what the developers would read after coming to your repository. This is going to come out to them as huge as possible. In fact, this is what they read. First of all, this is where you tell them how to use your code, where you how to run your code if you actually worked on a software on a particular project that can be run, or maybe you made changes to your code. Everything should just be under the readme inside of the readme file. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put in some random stuffs inside this readme file here that we just created. Okay, so I'm just going to add some random things inside. So you're wondering now how to edit readme file, something that you can just come here and just click on it and start working on it. How are you going to do it from this end? So it's actually very simple. So what I'm just going to do is, we have 2 ways of editing files. I can use emac, which is by using what we call echo. I can echo what I want inside of it, but instead I prefer vim. So with vim I will just use vi. So now vi space readme.md, then enter. So with the help of this vi, of this vim, I can edit, like I can write directly into it. But with echo, you just echo it into it, and that's just it. Okay, now so to be able to type inside your git excuse me, to be able to type inside your file, rather, for your readme file, you need to give it the permission to insert. So that's just by typing clicking on the I on your keyboard, I. Then underneath the screen here, you can see it says insert. So this time around, you can now type, hit enter to go to the next line, type. So we're going to type something meaningful. Okay, so and then you discover that I was typing, but there was nothing happening here. So that's because we've not updated it, we've not saved the file. So now, so what I'm going to type inside of it, is just what can we just type inside of this? Okay, let's just find something as simply random as okay, let's see, hash, say this is, or should I just say this is our quiz project. So please, you guys can actually edit this later and put in something meaningful. So once the home section guys are done, please edit the home section. Just give us brief details about the home section, what you guys did, and the updates you did. For the guys on the about, the guys at the updates, the guys at the contacts too, just continue at the next line, and just give us what you guys have done. So that's it. So I'm just saying this is our quiz project, and then on the next line, let me use heading too. Let me just make this very small and say okay, yeah. So and say welcome and thanks for checking our repo. Okay, so then just one feature. Let me just add one feature. What can I even just say? Let's say, okay, let's asterisk. Let's say this. Okay, someone is raising up their hands. Yes, please go on with your question. Rajunio, please go on with your question.
It's actually saying it's getting late.
Okay, yes, that's true.
So no, don't worry about that. Let's just finish up what
yes,
finish
I'm
up.
actually at the last phase. I'm actually at the last phase. So how many minutes does it say? How many minutes do we still have left? Okay. Yes, so how many minutes do we have left? This.
What time do you say we are ending the meeting?
Yes, because it's actually a 1 hour meeting. It's programmed for 1 hour. So let me just quickly make sure this is done. So this is our address is right. Let's just say this is how to use it. Then here you just need for unordered listing, we are going to use just this dash kind of like symbol, and then say first of all you open the app, answer some questions, then win yourself a prize. So that's it. So I'm just going to save this now. To save this, please keep your eyes under the screen here. So to save this, I'm going to click on escape. Oh my goodness, if I click on escape, the recording is actually going to stop. Okay, I'll just initiate it again. So let me click on escape first. Just watch this red icon here.